Welcome back to Stooge Stream for another episode. I am your host, the Stooge, and we're doing the Impact Recap. This is for the 9th of February 2017 episode of Impact Wrestling. I'm joined as always by my one and only co-host, the man that knows more than me about wrestling because he's actually done it at one stage. It is the one and only Gbanks.
Yo, what's happening, YouTubers? I wouldn't say I know more than wrestling than you.
I might know more about the history, but you've done it. We might talk about that some other time, though.
Yeah, another time, another book.
So the episode opens with the Hardys arriving backstage and Matt cutting a promo saying that he's got something big happening later on in the show.
A premonition.
Yeah, the seven deities have come to him.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that's all about because it's happening tonight. Mm-hmm. D.C.C opens the show by coming to the ring. James Storm cuts a promo, which is actually not bad.
Yeah.
But it's interrupted by Eli Drake with Tyrus.
Yep.
And Tyrus is just amazing.
Gotta love that man. He is on fire. He's on point. His one-liners, his dingers.
Oh, this promo was just brilliant.
Yeah.
He just ripped through D.C.C.
Yeah, pretty much. He made that Kingston look like a little bitch, but it was funny.
Yeah, it was
funny.
Great.
Yeah.
So this leads to a 3-on-2 match because Tyrus says, no, I want you all.
Yeah.
And Eli's there the whole time going, what are you doing? There's 3 of them. There's 2 of us.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, I don't want this.
Like, he was skeptical from the start.
Yeah.
Like, Eli was, sorry.
And Tyrus, don't worry, we got this.
Yeah, he's pushing our way. No, we got this, man.
It was great. And the actual match itself was good. Like, there's nothing wrong with this.
Tyrus actually led the way in this match,
Yeah.
believe it or not. Like, usually Tyrus is the one that, sits it back, says a few words, is the mouthpiece or the bodyguard, whatever, intimidator.
That's about it.
Like, that's about it. Matt might interrupt here and there. No, this time he was just leading the whole way.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't the part-timer in this match. He was the one that was the first one in, last one tagged. That's it.
This opened with him 2-on-1, Bram and Kingston,
Yeah.
while Eli Drake was fighting James Storm on the other side of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just dominating the crap out of them.
Yeah.
It was great. This really showed his strength, the fact that he is a good wrestler, a good worker, and an
And it wasn't
amazing mic
like the
technician.
fact he was burying D.C.C. either.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
He just did a really fantastic job. And I'm actually going to go ahead and shoot my load off a little bit early here and say that was my favorite promo of the night. In a show full of amazing promos, Tyrus' promo from the beginning of the show kicked this shit off into high gear.
Okay, fair enough.
Now, as you'd expected, Eli Drake's in the match. There's going to be shenanigans. So at one point, he decides he's had enough and just leaves Tyrus on his own.
Yeah.
So D.C.C used this to triple team Tyrus for the win.
Mm-hmm.
But this takes nothing away from Tyrus. Eli Drake is still a scummy character, which he is.
Yeah.
Tyrus is going face clearly, and Eli Drake's staying as a heel. This might be the fallout I've been waiting for.
Yeah, I can definitely see that coming. Well, obviously something's going to happen now after this, or maybe they will stay together. It will be like, this, I was going to have your back, but I injured myself or something
I don't
like
know. Like, I want them to fall apart because I think, 3 weeks of them just doing promos against each other would be the best 3 weeks of Impact.
Yeah,
you know what? Just 2 hours, Tyrus versus Eli Drake.
Yeah.
And Aaron,
no, they don't even have to touch each other.
Yeah, an hour and 40 minutes of talking. Amazing. It'll be the best, highest rated episode of Impact ever. So moving on, we had Brandi Rhodes backstage. She said she's coming out to the ring to call out Rosemary from all the shenanigans that have been happening. But before we got to that, we had another backstage segment with Braxton and Ali doing the Lady and the Tramp and touching hands on the bottles. And Maria chops Ali and what are you doing? And she's still forcing Braxton to press the light. Anyway, Brandi gets to the ring, not in ring gear. She calls out Rosemary. Man, I honestly wasn't expecting this, but Brandi Rhodes was spectacular on the mic.
She was ridiculous, dude. Shades of Cody Rhodes was showing all over, but in her own style too. So don't get me wrong, she wasn't copying Cody Rhodes or anything. Like, I'm not saying that. It's just like you could see like there was influences by Cody, but at the end of the day, she had her own swing, her own taste to it, her own zing. Like, it was amazing. It was literally, I was getting goosebumps just watching. I was like, wow, what the fuck?
Out of nowhere too, because this is someone that up until this point, like, let's be realistic, she hasn't been the best talker. She's been okay, but she hasn't been the best.
Admittedly, she's only just coming and going, hey,
hi,
I'm Brandi, Cody's wife.
Yeah, and that's it. Like, we really haven't had that much. And then to get her first real solo in-ring promo and just knock it out of the park.
And dude, she's only had, 1 or 2 matches now?
If that.
Yeah.
Like,
if that.
she's knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
I'm so happy with that.
Yeah, very impressed and happy for her, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway, Rosemary comes out with Decay, intimidates the crap out of her. Rosemary cut a really good promo as well.
Yeah,
Started,
that's typical Rosemary.
yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
promo
she's
as
always
well.
good.
Yeah.
No, it's just we've never seen it from Brandi Rhodes.
That's
That's
why
we're
it's just
a bit
so
more
shocking. Yeah. Chokes Brandi out, but Moose comes to the save and just takes out Decay.
The brother from another mother.
And they cut a promo backstage where Moose is like, anyone comes for her has to go through me.
Yeah.
And she calls herself Mini Moose
Yeah,
now. I was
she's
like,
Mini Moose and he's Big Moose. I don't know how much Cody would like this, but hey, I don't give a shit. It's awesome.
well, it'll lead to a match with Cody and Moose because they can do the Cody's all jealous.
Oh, yeah, they could do that. And then they bring him back to TNA.
Yeah.
I mean, Impact, sorry.
So that'd be great. But no, I'm looking forward to this. So we've got an intergender tag team match next week.
Yeah.
Decay versus Brandi and Moose.
Yes.
That's going to be great.
Moose.
So Rockstar Spud and Aron Rex cutting a promo on Robbie E backstage. Okay.
It's one year. It's 1 year.
I'll admit it. Aron Rex was on fire.
Yeah.
This promo was great.
Yeah. No, he was funny. He was good. Him and Rockstar Spud
funny.
are finally settling into their characters. They know what they're doing now.
Yeah. So
That's
I think the first time I saw it, it was offensive because he went too far to push the envelope.
Yeah.
But now he's reined it in a little bit and it's become a parody and it's okay. But the whole point is it's putting over Robbie E as a serious wrestler.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say, dude. At the end of the day, like, if it's putting Robbie E over, which he deserves, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
and at the end of the day, it's Aron Rex too. Like, Aron Rex has got a big name. Like, he doesn't really have to go out of his way.
No, not at
Like,
all.
he doesn't have to dress like this or do all this stuff.
No, this would be his character.
Yeah.
So this leads to Rockstar Spud in the ring, introducing Aron Rex and doing the Aron Rex like 3 times. It's even won me over that I even just did that. Fuck.
But you know what? Before they did the third one, they cut the music perfectly for Robbie's entrance, and I was like, oh, okay, TNA's actually getting their timing on right.
Yeah, the timing was great. Yeah. That'd be Dutch Mantel's influence backstage. He's now head of creative.
Production. Yeah.
Who, if you're a WWE fan, you'd remember more recently as Zeb Coulter. He was Jack Swagger's manager for a little while, but he's actually a creative dude. They just had him as on screen for a little while.
Fair enough. Yeah, I remember that dude. He was like old.
He was
about the same
racist.
height. Yeah, he was about the same height as Paul Heyman and stuff.
Yeah, he was playing a racist.
Yeah, we're all American. Yeah.
But he's actually not. He's actually really nice. And they had to, because WWE started getting in trouble for that, they had to do an out-of-character promo and go, we play characters on TV. This isn't our real opinions. This is just stupid shit we're doing. He's supposed to be the bad guy. You're supposed to not like him. But Dutch Mantel is actually an incredible wrestling mind, and it's great to have him back on creative in TNA with Jeff Jarrett, because that was the greatest era of TNA, was them two in charge.
Some people say Jeff Jarrett is doesn't have the greatest wrestling mind or whatever, but what he's done for TNA is amazing, and no one can, argue that.
And dude, he knows his own limitations. He was never the booker of TNA. Dusty Rhodes was the booker of TNA. Dutch Mantel was the booker of TNA. He knows his limitations.
Yeah.
He's not an idiot. So you've got Aron Rex versus Robbie E. This was actually a really good match. I really enjoyed this match, and I liked.
And it was actually a pretty quick match too. It wasn't that quick. It went for
a few minutes. It wasn't like a complete squash.
No, it wasn't like a 2-minute squash match. It went for a bit, about 7 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say something around that length. And there was just some good interaction between Rockstar Spud and Aron Rex, with Rockstar trying to pull him out of the ring and take hits for him. And
pull him in the way.
Yeah, and that sort of thing. Yeah, it was great. Robbie E is getting over his psycho character by just flopping the mop on his head, I think. Dude, get a haircut, please.
Yeah, you're getting so close to being a serious wrestler. Just get rid of that hair and you're done, dude.
Yeah, and you're
look, you don't have to shave it. We're not saying shave, just trim
Cut it short, just so it's not a mop. Because he can't take you seriously when you got a mop on your head. But
still love you, Robbie.
Yeah, still love it. His wrestling skill is outstanding.
Yeah,
and
that's why he said he deserves a push, man.
So Aron Rex uses his rings for a knockout punch to win. While
I actually like that.
Yeah, it's a good way of.
It's old
cheeky.
The old dirty cheeky move.
It's a Ric Flair move. Yeah. But Rockstar Spud was causing the distraction and so on, so the ref didn't see. It kind of worked. I'm kind of enjoying this, and hopefully this leads to a blow-off where Robbie E actually wins and gets over. Yeah. And then we can follow Robbie E for a little while and have a Robbie E storyline that actually goes somewhere, and Yeah, maybe put him back into the X Division
Yeah,
and get the
why
X
not?
Division title. He can be the hero that takes it off Trevor Lee or something, or whatever. Like, we've got plenty of stuff. Anyway, the Hardys cut another promo backstage. This was a really Hardys heavy promo. They weren't long though, but there were a few.
Yeah.
And this is another great promo where Jeff and Rebby are like worried about what's happening. She's like, "It's not. I don't know if this is safe."
Yeah, I know it's safe.
And you don't know what they're talking about. And Matt's like, "It's okay." Ha ha ha. So let's see what happens. Miracle trying to talk to Braxton backstage. I'm fucking sick of this. Rebby playing piano for Matt and Jeff. They come out to do a promo. And Matt's saying that the 7DTs have bestowed upon Vanguard 1 some new abilities.
Yeah.
They've upgraded him. He's now the greatest drone ever.
So what he's really saying is Impact just bought him a new drone.
Yeah.
Anthem, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks a bit better.
Yeah.
But no, this one's special because it's got the spirit of the 7DTs. This drone can teleport people.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's cute.
That's handy.
Yeah, they're gonna, cut away event and do a backstage thing. Where
backstage.
they do it in the ring. They teleport to Mexico.
Oh god, I shouldn't have been drinking water
Into
when you said
Tijuana.
that. Oh god.
No, for real, man.
Yeah,
They
no.
did a teleportation angle.
Yeah.
But the best bit was that obviously Dutch Mantel or someone came out and told the audience in advance to like, hey, once we move all this shit out of the ring, can you pretend?
Yeah.
And the audience sold it. They're all like,
yeah, they were like,
it was great. So
Yeah.
Matt and Jeff disappear and reappear in Mexico.
yeah, that was fucking hilarious.
And we'll get back to that later.
Oh, okay.
So Mahabili Shera comes out. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Why is... There's no story. He's versing Drew Galloway for the Grand Championship.
Yeah.
I don't need a story. Mahabili Hogan's there. I'm in.
Oh wait. I'm a
He's a
real
real American.
Indian. My thoughts. No, sorry.
And Punjabs
Yeah,
everywhere.
We love you, Mahabili Shera.
Dude, I love Shera.
No, I do too, dude.
The only thing that was missing from this,
What?
and the only thing that was missing from this match at all,
I think I know what you're gonna say.
was Al Snow with a whistle
Yeah.
for Shera.
While whistling. Oh, no.
But how do you not want that? I want Al Snow to be Shera's manager now with a whistle, and that.
No, I know why Al Snow's not doing it now. Because he first came out and put over Shera. Now he's letting him take the limelight.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it's still.
No, I would love to.
I would love to see it. That's just me.
Seeing Al Snow overreact.
Even just at the end, if he just came out at the end,
Yeah, just and hugged him and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
whatever.
They might do it in a main event or something. We'll
Maybe.
see.
So Shera gets round one, and in spectacular fashion.
Well deserved. Honestly, I would have said this is one of those we hate, and then we hate
The Grand Championship bullshit.
It's pathetic. But this this actual round was a believable round that I actually for a second was like, oh, okay, I understand the Grand Championship now. It's kind of making sense because how they're wrestling and stuff. It actually made it believable. There was points and Mahabili Shera,
There was
control.
a back and forth for a bit, but Mahabili Shera had more control.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm actually interested. I wouldn't mind. I know it's going to be 10s and 9s, but I'm, suspecting Shera to win the round.
So
I actually cared for a
I got
little
invested
bit.
for a second. Yeah, same. And if this had gone 3 more seconds, Shera would have won because he got a massive sky high on the buzzer.
Dude, you don't have to say it. Pope already fucking yelled it out for the world to hear.
Yeah, if you heard in the background something, sky high! That was Pope in Orlando.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. People,
it's okay. It's okay. It was a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah,
It's fine.
It happens every once in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So yeah, just get used to it.
So round 2 starts with Drew doing a massive kick to Shera, and Drew taking control of this round.
Yeah, and practically killing the match. To be honest,
killing it and finishing it with a
that's
future
when I
shock
got bored.
DDT.
It's not the fact that I hate Drew or anything. No, not at all. I just hate this stipulation.
Yeah,
that's all. I love Drew. We love Mahabili Hogan, but I just hate this stipulation. That's
just stop calling it the Grand Championship. Turn it back to the TV title like it used to be, which is your step-up title, and just have normal matches for it. This was an experiment. Cool. It had potential. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Let's move on from it now.
100%.
So Braxton's backstage with I don't give a shit.
Thank you.
Shane Helms in the ring with Trevor Lee and the X Division title with Andrew Everett, of course, on the side. Shane Helms turns on Andrew Everett, saying that he's the weak link in the dynasty.
Yeah.
You dickhead. So Everett turns on Shane Helms saying, actually, we were tag team champions everywhere before you came along. You're the one ruining everything. But Trevor Lee sides with Shane Helms and they beat down Andrew Everett.
Yeah.
Well,
which I actually didn't mind, because now this is putting over Everett to the shithouse.
Well, what was happening prior to them turning on him at the end is you were hearing chants of Andrew.
Andrew's better.
Yeah, and Andrew's better and stuff from the crowd. So they want him to turn face.
Yeah.
And he's coming out next week instantly as a huge face.
They actually planned this really well. A couple of weeks ago when they, remember when Trevor Lee and Shane Helms were attacking DJZ?
Yeah.
You saw Skywalker in the back, not doing anything. Not doing anything, like looking at him a bit worried, like trying to stop him, but couldn't really do anything.
Yeah.
And you know, it sort of played out like to this week. Like, you know, last week they didn't have anything about that. It was more about just Trevor Lee winning the title. That's it. Yeah.
And now they're playing back into it.
They're playing back into it.
I love the fact as well that he acknowledged for the past year I've had to job out for you guys to save him.
Yeah. And
it was great because, you know, we used to joke that he's job because he'd just go in and job out.
Literally.
But he acknowledged it. I'm like, that's so awesome. Like, you know, I've had to sacrifice myself so he could have the title. Like, that was great. So I really, really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to seeing Andrew
Everett. Looking forward for Everett to have his first proper real match.
Yeah. Well, look, you've just seen who the new X Division title holder is going to be.
Yeah.
In a month, it's going to be Andrew Everett.
Yeah.
He's just got to take a couple of beatings first, have 1 or 2 matches.
Prove himself to the crowd.
And he'll get the title in about a month, which he deserves. Because he's just jobbed out for the past year and made the company look great.
Yeah.
So it's about time that they acknowledge the hard work that he's put in.
And I appreciate that.
And let him acknowledge it too. Like, look at what I've had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they actually let him acknowledge it in a promo, which was great. So this is leading up to the main event. We did have this great...
The storylines tonight are on fire.
Great, dude. The Lashley / Eddie Edwards promo with Lashley doing MMA training.
Yeah.
And Eddie backstage, and they're cutting promos over each other. Like, that was really tight as well. I really enjoyed that package.
Yeah, that was actually edited really well. Like, that was actually cut very professionally. It looked really good too. I was like, am I watching TNA? Like, I'm sorry to say this, am I watching TNA or am I watching WWE?
Yeah, like, the
because the package was cut.
That's Dutch Mantel.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Dutch. Thank you. My favourite bit of the show, and it's not even the main event. I'm sorry, Eddie Edwards and Lashley, because we're going to discuss you in a moment, and that was fantastic. But this was the biggest pop of the night for me at the end of this. So you had Matt and Jeff Hardy rock up to a shopping centre in Mexico demanding the Mexican Tag Team Champions. Deleting people's foreheads.
Deleting people's foreheads. Possessing little Mexican children. And
That's it. Delete. He was hardcore. He lost his shit.
Yeah,
I was so
possessed.
He was having a religious moment.
Yeah, he was like, delete. And what about when he was like, what is the best tag team matches you've ever seen? Apocalypto!
That's correct, young man.
Mr. Hardy, can you sign this paper? Yeah.
Dude, it was they got mobbed. Like mobbed.
Like Mexican mob. Like, I'm surprised their wallets weren't taken.
Did you see all the cops?
Yeah.
There was cops everywhere protecting them, dude. Like, they were thousands and thousands of people.
Did you tell me they only said they were going to come an hour previous?
Yeah, so apparently the rumor is that it was only about an hour before they said they were going to rock up to that shopping center in Mexico, and thousands and thousands of people rocked up. Yeah. So then they start their quest to find the Mexican tag team and start walking down the street.
I love the fact the whole time, with like the whole promo from the start to finish, he just kept asking, but then doing like stupid shit like, where's your tag team champions? Where's Mexico's tag team champion? And it's like, over there, senor.
And he just start walking that way, deleting people.
Delete. No, my favorite was at the end when literally they're just walking down like a busy street and stuff, like literally in the middle of the street. And there's literally, about 1,000 people surrounding him?
Not more.
Yeah, just all at the same time. In a busy road. Like, literally, there's cars driving past.
Oh, when they're walking down the street.
Yeah.
It's like so insane.
No, because that's when he's like, where's your tag team champions? Where's Mexico's greatest tag team champion? They're like, over there, senor. He's like, perfect. Delete.
So this leads to a video package of next week, with TNA scary voiceover guy.
Yeah, next week.
That's what he's called, TNA scary voiceover guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
next week, it's Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. And you see them just rock up to an arena in Mexico, and some dude's like, the Hardys have just come to the arena,
In Mexican,
and turn around.
In Spanish, I should say. Though.
And it's fucking Conan. I'm like, that's Conan! They go to Conan's promotion! But then I popped even harder because I love me some Conan. He was in WCW, he was in TNA for a long time.
Yeah.
I love Conan. But you heard me lose. I squealed like a little fucking girl. I'll admit it. I'm going to say it. Save you from embarrassing me. I'll embarrass myself. Fuck you. I squealed like a 5-year-old. Like, because it's, Matt Hardy versus Jeff Hardy. Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy versus. And then at the end it comes up, Psicosis and Super Crazy.
No, I love that. You're like, Psicosis? And then it's like, Psicosis. Then he says, Super Crazy. And you're like, Super Crazy! I literally had to back off a little bit, dude. I was like, wait, is he going super crazy or is he just naming the wrestler's name? Like,
so you're a little bit younger than me, so you don't remember the ECW era when they brought in the luchadors.
Yeah,
two of which were Psicosis and Super Crazy.
I remember bits and pieces of Psicosis, but I can't say
because
I remember.
He has had runs in every company, including WWE.
Okay, yeah. But I just don't remember Super Crazy, admittedly.
Okay, so here's a quick little history lesson, right? So when the Cruiserweights left WCW, they had to fill in the slot with something.
To AJ and all that when they left?
No, I'm talking about like Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
When they all left in a very short period of time, they had to fill in that time slot with something. So they bought the luchadors from ECW, including Psicosis and Super Crazy and Rey Mysterio and a few other people. These guys have been around for a long time. They are so good in the ring. Psicosis and Super Crazy have both had runs in TNA early in TNA's life.
I think that's where I saw Psicosis, I'm pretty sure.
Very possibly. Yeah. He's been in and out of the company a few times.
A couple of DVDs that you've lended me before. I think I saw him in 1 or 2 videos.
He's so good, dude.
Has he had a couple matches with Low Key?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's what
and AJ Styles and some like he's so good and Super Crazy. There's a reason he's called Super Crazy. He's a luchador that does shit that other luchadors look at him and go, you're not regular crazy, man. You're super crazy.
Hey, when a luchador is saying that to you, you're obviously doing something fucked up.
He is insane.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it, dude. Like, if he's living up to that name, he fucking better show me some super crazy shit.
And this is also like an indication of the era of Jeff Jarrett, who Jeff Jarrett had a lot of open relationships with other companies, like New Japan, like AAA. So obviously he's dealing with Conan's promotion in Mexico now, and let's see what other doors open up as well.
I'm really looking for. I can't believe we're watching this because I've heard about this. It's obviously online. I've read about what's happening and stuff. Like he's obviously going to go to Ring of Honor versus Young Bucks, blah blah. But I didn't expect it to be shown on TNT. Like nothing was said about that.
Yeah.
Did you know, dude?
No.
Like, I knew this was happening. I knew,
I had no idea. Like, I knew that they were going to show them in Mexico because that's big news on the wrestling scene.
Yeah, but not through TNA.
Yeah, but not through TNA.
No. As I said, I've seen it through the forums, the websites and whatever. Like, I knew they were going. Like, don't get me wrong. I knew it wasn't like that was a surprise. Yeah. But I didn't know it was, like, played through. I thought it was going to be going through their promotion. Like, the Conan's promotion,
Well, no, AJ Styles did this when he took the title.
Oh, so they...
And he defended in Japan, he defended it in Mexico, he defended it... And they showed it on TNA TV.
Okay.
But this is Jeff Jarrett. He does shit like this. He cuts deals with other companies so they can do talent swaps and stuff like that. And you can get to see new people in some interesting matches.
No, this is awesome. I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. And then there's our main event. Eddie Edwards versus Lashley. Yeah.
Sorry.
This is what I said. This is why I apologize to them in advance.
No, this was great. Like, don't get me wrong. I love this main event, but I mean the main event of tonight. But that promo, was just you can't take it away from them.
But then again, no, they brought this back at the end, and you're like, oh, they win. So this is for the World Heavyweight title. Mm-hmm. Lashley and Edwards, they work well together. So it was a really good tight match.
Yeah.
Lashley started getting frustrated, so he went and got the title and was going to smash Edwards with it. Where Davey Richards comes out of nowhere, takes the title out of Lashley's hands. Eddie nearly gets a pin at that point after a couple of moves.
Yeah.
Davey pulls the ref out of the ring. And of course, it's Shenanigans himself, Brian Hebner.
Mr. Brian Hebner himself.
Shenanigans. But Eddie had it won. So this makes Eddie look really strong.
Yeah.
So he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Davey's like, it's always been about you. It's always about you. Well, now it's about me. Turns around. And what I didn't notice that you guys did, that I actually didn't notice, was Angelina Love was sitting with Eddie Edwards' wife in the front row. And they're at this point both on their feet screaming like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And Davey turns around and looks at Angelina and she just smiles and knocks the fuck out of Eddie Edwards' wife. She knocks the fuck out of that little chick. Because we had to rewind it a couple of times because you heard the hit and we were looking for the clap. Because they clapped on the chest or on the leg. No, she just knocked the fuck out of that little chick.
This was the conversation prior to this actual thing. So, this is Eddie Edwards' wife. So, wrestling's fake, right? Angelina Love. Yeah, of course. So, I won't get hurt no matter what. Of course, darling. Don't worry. Nothing's gonna happen.
I'll look after you.
I'll look after you. Yeah, you're my best friend. We've been blood sisters since day one. Look at me. We're friends, okay? Nothing's gonna happen to you. Alright, not a problem. 10 seconds later, she's in the hospital, concussed in it.
And Angelina's like, he'll turn in the ring, he'll turn in real life.
Yeah. I'm back, baby.
Oh, Angelina's back.
Oh, she's back with
She just made a fucking impact and a half.
Future wrestlers, if you're listening to this show, and you probably aren't, but if you are, if you want to like make a big impact, or you want to make an awesome comeback, or whatever, after an injury or whatever, don't do the Triple H. Don't even do the Austin. Don't even bother even doing the Goldberg. They're not gonna work. Do what Angelina Love just did.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you 100%.
Punch the fuck out of someone's wife.
You'll be over no matter what.
Dude, that was awesome. So then, Lashley uses this to his advantage to spear and Eddie Edwards and retain the title.
Be stupid.
Yeah, like just smashed him.
He just looked at us and like, oh man, fuck these guys. Yeah.
Did you see? He did that look. He's like, all right, like bang.
Yeah.
But it gets better, right? You think, well, that's over. Like, she's punched him now. Davey's going to cut a promo. No. Angelina drags the bitch by her hair into the ring, grabs her by her mouth, pulls her head up and makes her watch while Davey beats the shit out of Eddie Edwards.
Like ultimate humiliation, really.
Oh, fuck it. And then curb stomps her.
Yeah.
This is so violent. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like, I did not expect that, turn in my whole life, to be honest, dude. Did not see that. Honestly, did you see that coming?
I saw the Davey Richards thing coming. We predicted that a while ago.
Yeah. That, dude, you predicted that like a month ago.
But I'm talking about this.
No,
this is Dutch Mantel, dude. Like, he's great. I told you, he's got a great fucking wrestling mind. He knows how to pull you one way. And you're like, oh, this is going to be great. I can see what he's thinking, and we're going to get this. And it seems so obvious, right?
Yeah.
Like, Davey's just going to turn heel.
Yeah.
So he does that. He's like, well, it seems so obvious. We might as well do it. But no, we'll have Angelina beat the fuck out of Eddie Edwards' wife. We'll turn it into his whole thing. Yeah. We'll go ultra violent with it. You're like, dude, this is so real. It feels too real. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's so good.
This is, for wrestling to feel this real, even though, we know it's not, it's awesome. It's great. It's a great feeling.
And this is week one under Jeff. This isn't handover anymore. This is they're in actual charge. Yeah. Jeff Jarrett, Dutchman. This is what they pulled out of their asses in 1 week.
Fucking oath. Holy shit. We had a show tonight, dude.
Yeah.
We honestly did. This is probably one of the best shows I've seen. Just all round.
It just worked so well.
Yeah, there wasn't a spectacular match besides the main event, and even then, that was
a great match.
That was a great match and everything.
Here's the thing: every match was great, and they all worked.
Yeah, they all worked. It was a really well-rounded show. I really enjoyed it from the start to the finish. Usually TNA has those when you watch. No, not even TNA.
Every wrestling show.
Yeah, there is
the third hour of Raw.
Yeah. Call it the third hour or the quitting time, as you'd say. You know what I mean? A bit rough. Now they're just pushing.
They're stretching.
Stretching out because they're like, oh, we got 2 hour TV time. Come on, stretch it out.
Yeah. Come on, do this angle. It should be 2 minutes. Make it 25. Come on.
Yeah. So that happens. No, this literally had you from start to finish, dude. You didn't get up to piss. Nothing.
No. And you know what else I really, really liked? Just the amount of people that they actually highlighted in a very short period of time.
Yeah, actually.
So, looking back through my notes, I'm like, fuck, a lot of people are on this show. just to have D.C.C was on the show, Eli Drake and Tyrus were on the show, Brandi Rhodes was on the show, Decay and Rosemary were on the show, Braxton, Ali, Maria, Miracle, Rockstar Spud, Aron Rex, Robbie E, obviously Eddie Edwards, Lashley, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy, Rebby, Mahabili Shera, Drew Galloway, the Helms dynasty. Like, they got Davey and Angelina Love.
Yeah.
Like, they got so much in, but none of it felt rushed.
No, not at all. It was all in the context.
Yeah.
Like, perfectly, too.
I'm really, really happy with this. And if we continue down this path with Impact, then this is amazing. Like, welcome back, Jeff. Welcome back, Dutch.
Thank you,
so happy to have you guys
Thank
back.
you, Jeff. Yeah. That's, you're in the right direction. Like, you're literally saving TNA.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. Thank you.
And the other people, the talent. Let's give it up for the talent. Dude, the job that you guys all did tonight, all as a whole, is spectacular.
I'm going to continue clapping until you finish.
All right. Well, we are done for the evening. Thank you so much for listening. This was the Impact Recap. I've been your host, the Stooge.
And I'm Gbanks.
Don't forget, until next time, adventure, excitement. Stooge craves not these things.
Welcome to the Stooge Revolution.